Hello everyone. So I've pretty much grinded out everything surrounding skins, at least excluding all the ridiculously priced ones, like what is it, like Star-Lord, Starkiller, and President Scroob. I don't know what the developers are thinking, pricing those skins at their price, while also having the I do wish I could turn that audio off. But also having the like the Robux, the credit buying through Robux be as low as it is. Predictable. New yellow earlier. No, I missed that because that has no age at all. Fallen order, alternate ending. But yeah, I've pretty much pointed out everything I needed to at this point. So yeah, I at least surrounding skins again, excluding the ones at the ridiculous prices. Aside from all of that, I've pretty much got every skin I need. Like I might just win this game now, but depending on if they actually go capture the points. I'm not sure if Vader will. Looks like Anakin may be doing so. You take my priority, Anakin, because I know Vader's not probably gonna catch them. I had to attack twice then, just to swing once. I was hoping that would get him off the edge. Yeah, they're not going to win this in time, so it doesn't really matter if I die. Oh, there's the teleporting again. That's the thing about giving Cal like pull and kick. But for some reason he's just ridiculously overpowered with those abilities. No, you'll find good Cal Kestises, and they usually are used in either pull or crush alongside a kick. For some reason that's just ridiculously overpowered. It feels like kicking is at its strongest with Cal. Not entirely sure why though. Yeah, I would like to do a bit more content with this game like I used to on the main channel. Oh, okay, that actually one-shots those troopers. But yeah, I would like to do a bit more content on this game like I am used to on my main channel. Because I used to do it fairly because it used to be a fairly frequent thing I do on my main channel. Yeah, I would like to do some videos. Maybe I'll do guides again. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I would like to do guides, but at the moment I do kind of favour certain characters at the moment. Yeah, to be fair though, I did start having to use previously just to get Clan Maul, which for some reason I already have, so I had to do it over again for some reason. But I really enjoyed using Gar. I think he's actually a really good hero. or have given Yoda a pull rather than keeping his saber throw. I think that pull is probably going to be make him a bit more worth, give him a bit more worth, because it's more or less because I can basically just use Windu if I want a lightsaber throw, given he has a heavy strike. And I have lightsaber throw on a decent amount of characters as it is. I do kind of prefer Yoda. I do think I prefer Yoda over Windu as well. But giving him a pull card makes him a bit more worth, I think. Gives him a bit more worth at least. Also, sorry if you can only barely hear the game. I've basically had to turn the audio off for you, given I've checked the stream. It does come across as quite loud. Where have you gone? Just because you're out of reach doesn't mean I can't hit you with my throw. Oh, Train Boy! There's a Train Boy here. A Train Boy GG1. And he's on the dark side. This isn't good for me. But yeah. Actually, I could just get away with turning the game audio down, couldn't I? Oh, now that's really quiet. There we go. That I can kind of work with that. But yeah, I do kind of want to do a bit more content for this game, like I used to, and especially because I'm fairly sure not many people do content on this game anymore. No, Venom Skywalker still does, not all does, but I'm unsure if anyone else does, at least, consistently. And I think that guy was trying to make peace. I'm so sorry. It's annoying when that happens. But, I would like to make content consistently on this game again. Oh, I almost got his ankles then. I'm surprised he didn't start blocking. That was a very obvious second attack I was about to do. But to be fair, again, the input in this game is absolutely awful. But yeah, I would like to do a bit more content on this game. Some ideas I have had is like best heroes for each mode. That's something I would like to do. Me. I started blocking that attack, and it's not like I ran out of stamina. But yeah, I'd like to do more content, like best heroes in my opinion for each mode. That's something I would like to do. Maybe I'll do like a hero ranking, but again, I just kind of have to get used to playing every hero, which personally I don't want to do just yet, especially because some heroes are absolutely awful. I mean, Jynurso and Boba Fett, Enfys Nest they're all pretty bad. I basically never played them. I only was really playing Jyn earlier because she has a Sonic Imploder, and she's the only hero I have with a Sonic Imploder because I needed to do this daily challenge, which you can only get through using a Sonic Imploder. So yeah, it is nice that some of these challenges they give you some option. They give you you have at least some heroes who have it as their default stuff. But still, I played enough of Dagobah recently. I can't want to go to Invisible Hand. I'm not sure if anyone who plays this game who never buys the 2 times hero, 2 times villain stuff. I'd be curious as to whether that's free for everyone now, or if that's something that that you can't get anymore. Because I got it back when they were Game Passes, and now I'm fairly sure you can't get them. So yeah, that's something I would be interested in seeing if you can get that anymore. And also very highly doubts that we're actually going to win this. This is terrible matchmaking because I can't fight both of these guys, and they're both going to be fairly decent. And one of them's Cal Kestis as well. Who's overpowered? Mate, that actually got him. Oh, I gotta run. I'm way too low on health to be fighting this. Get behind cover. Oh, he's coming after me. At least... Yeah, you can't get me with that. Especially at that range. I lost this. There is one thing, as useful as kicking can be, I also do feel like if it could be blocked by a lightsaber, which also feels like it should be, it would actually be a bit balanced. And I think that's the thing about, especially because, you know, a lot of the time staggering I can't fight that. If staggering could be blocked, well, kicking, sorry, could be blocked, I think that would just make that ability so much better, especially because pretty much any other staggering can be blocked, with the exception of being staggered when you're low on stamina, which I still think is a terrible feature. If you're low on stamina and get staggered, you're going to be staggered anyway, so there's not really any point. You're going to probably die anyway, so there's not really any point to it. I don't know how that didn't get Chewie, because he was definitely low enough to be one hit by my life. Matchmaking. Don't you? I don't want him to join. Do not join the match again. Thank you. I just needed that teammate. Look, I'm sorry to the new guy, but you know that I knew that wasn't going to be a good choice of teammate. I'm gonna have to put him off.
Your cat's Lord me.
Let me jump. And that didn't immediately block like it does for him, so I don't know what went on there. That's the thing about this game. That's absolutely terrible input. That's nothing. That was a waste of it. Not too. What? Why? Hey. 0 jumps. I've been trying to jump. I've had no jumps. Okay, there we go. If it says I took damage. Because this... I'm trying to do stuff. It's not working. I'm trying to do stuff and it isn't working. I'm just so glad I'm not trying to grind anything out at the moment. Let's try Shin. The thing about Shin and Baden, well, at least Shin, I mean, you know, she doesn't really have any decent abilities. Unlike some other heroes. I do also feel like some abilities should just penetrate blocks, even though they don't. Like Vicious Strike definitely should. You know, it feels like that should definitely be a block breaker, but it just isn't. I jumped. Didn't you just use that? I'm fairly sure he just kicked. So I don't... Hey. You have been blocking for a really long time then. I wish I had an emote there, but I don't have any emotes for Shin. I'm fairly sure he just used his quick twice in a row. And yes, you are unbeatable. Yeah, I'm fairly sure he just uses kick twice. And that's the thing about Gonk is they just made him ridiculously overpowered with his ability combos. And I think not the only way you can really nerf Cal is if you just make so that if you either A, remove kicking from him, or B, make kicking blockable, which I think in general just making kicking blockable would be a better choice. Make another ability. Be able to penetrate blocks like Vicious Strike, which that arguably would be probably more powerful to penetrate blocks than kicking, and also has more range. So, yeah, because both basically serve the same. If you want a attack that penetrates blocking, I feel like has more effect. I keep getting night side. I think Vicious Strike would be better. I can't want you to go Cal, but I guess I got to go Ahsoka. And I can't even go Obi-Wan then. I have enjoyed using Ahsoka, but I've kind of been using it too much. Actually, I'm probably just going to do that real quick. Hopefully I can... Oh. I didn't realise it was Nas team standing. I thought it was going to let me swap character. Well, that I was going to switch to Yoda, but that didn't go to plan at all. But what? Oh, that's really not good. That's not good at all. I can't even use all my stuff. Wait, is the game even going to end if both my teammates die? Does it still think that I'm still in the game? Oh no. Okay, I'm not looking. I can't even watch the battle, but this is not looking good. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, it didn't like that. I did not mean to reset my character. Yeah, honestly, I don't really enjoy playing Light Side as much as I do Dark Side. There's just something about playing Light Side that just isn't enjoyable. At least not as much as Dark Side. But yeah, I think again back with Cal, if you kind of remove kicking from him, or at least make kicking blockable, I think that ability would be more balanced. I mean, you've already got Heavy Strike, which can penetrate blocks, I feel like that, and I feel like, in that case, or at least have like 2 different kicking abilities. You know, I mean, they have different. They basically have the same abilities with different animations already, with like flip, side flip, double flip. You know, or spin, side spin. You know, you've already basically got the same abilities like that in the game. Why not have kick, and then like for the rest of the heroes, you have side kick, which can actually penetrate blocks. I feel like that would be a bit more balanced. Especially, it also allows Blaster heroes to have a bit more use. I'm going to go Balin, because I do enjoy playing Balin. Or, you know, just have it be remove the kicking's ability to penetrate. Okay, again, what's this matchmaking? Like, the only decent teammates I have is to Scotland, and they have to both. And I'm pretty much at level 30. Ignore the 78, that's from years. That's basically been from years past and years building. I've had like 10 levels in the past 4 years. Oh, of course, he's Gonk. And he's just going to kick and saber throw. There we go. There you go, you're blocking.
How inevitable.
I really do like playing Balin. If you get good abilities for him, it's actually a really good hero, but you know, his default abilities are absolutely atrocious. He has terrible default abilities. So yeah, if you get Crush and Heavy Strike for him, it's actually a really good character. But if you don't, you get really bad abilities for him. He's a really terrible one. You kind of have to make pretty good. I'm trying to bait him into using that kick of his. Now that he's done it, I've got way too much damage on. But you see what I mean by how powerful Cal is. You know, he's really just kind of ridiculously powerful. And I'm surprised how well this Boba's doing against Cal, given Boba is like one of the worst characters in the game. Just simply because of how terrible his blaster is. Not to mention, you know, the abilities he has are not really great either. Look, I'm not letting you get close enough to kick me. I really thought I was going to get him then. What a car makes me wish that sometimes a car wish that abilities like that could maybe go through blocks, force abilities. Then I also remember the fact that, oh wait, if that was to happen, you know, ledging would be such a frustrating thing because it would be so common. He was in range. There is no denying what happened there, you know. He was definitely in range. There we go, we sorted him out there. But yeah, there was no denying that. He literally walked out of range in that attack. Like, it's no, you go there. Okay, this game just hates me at this point. You know, it worked. Somehow it got Yoda off the edge when I was expecting it to not get him off the edge. There we go. The rock is useless against the heavy strike. Anyway. It does just feel like, hey. You know, just making sure that Leia can't do anything. No, just watch him kick. Watch him kick away his little legs. I was blocking them for a moment. For some reason, it just didn't work. I'm fairly sure that was far enough for you to be in range. Yeah, I do find Balaam very fun. If you get the right abilities. Again, if you don't get the right abilities, he's pretty terrible. Cal, he really needs a nerf, whether it's like lower, very low damage. Okay, I don't know how neither of us hit each other then. You know, he definitely needs a nerf. Just making sure you can't block that next attack. Oh, it's a draw. Yeah, again, Cal, I definitely think he needs a nerf. He's a very strong hero, but the thing based just basically because of his kick. You know, I think that's the main reason he's so strong. It's because of how powerful his kick is and how you can base, and basically because he has basically just because he's you know, his other ability, people choose really good abilities, complement that, and he has pretty good. Oh, he actually has some lower damage. I guess it's his swing speed then. But yeah, you know, he swings really well. He has really good attacks. You know, not every hero's swings are actually that good. You know, some of them, if you can't hit your opponents while jumping and attacking and starting to jump off the ground, you know, then you've got pretty terrible attacks. But Cal has some pretty well animated attacks, and you know, he has pretty good swing speed as well. And you double that, and you add all of that in with his kick, he is pretty powerful. Honestly, I'd say it's probably more powerful than Pong Krell back in 2021. Because if you play it at that time, then like the two best heroes, I keep saying heroes, I'm used back from 2 terminology, the best two characters in the game at that point were Pong Krell and General Grievous, just because of how much damage they could deal and how powerful they were. They were basically the monsters of that time, and Cal's kind of not the monster of this time. I think Grievous is still really strong though, but you know, you can't know how to counter him now. His blood sword's definitely not as strong as it used to be.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, we definitely have it. Yeah, I agree. We definitely have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I'm the only one who's over level 5 on this team. Everyone else on the enemy team is way over level 5 except for one guy. But look how powerful and unfair that is. You know, I basically just got 2 swings on him for free. You know, most heroes, they can only get 1 swing for free usually off of that, and I think that's the important thing. You know, when it comes to Cal, he can get about 2 swings off for free from that kick. And I think you kind of need to rework Kick. I think Kick is a pretty powerful ability for most heroes in general, but the difference is that it's basically a free parry. You know, you get one hit off, and it also has much less range, so it's not as friendly. Get back here, get back here, get back here, get back here. Are you I can't run any faster, I'm afraid. Get back here, Barbie! You get behind me. Most of the time, I actually don't want Paul to like throw the enemies right behind you, but that's like the one time where throwing them right behind you. It's actually really good, as well as of course for ledging, but again, that's the thing with Cal. Give him pull and kick, and he's really overpowered. You know, you basically can't do anything to win him, especially because you have to be so close to use click. That is, you can't really. Especially because you have to be so close to actually use kick, you can't really draw it out of people unless they misestimate how close they are. I only have a level 90. This is not good. I'd have no. That's the hitboxes being wacky as they can be. Even with Paul having the best range out of any force ability in the game, with maybe the exception of Retribution, even with that, it can't hit Boba. It's just out of range. And I think I'm kind of used to Battlefront 2 physics as well, where the range on abilities is just ever so slightly a bit longer than the range it shows you. So it also makes you not feel quite as bad when the range doesn't quite hit, when the ability doesn't quite hit, you know. So it looks like it's out of range if they don't get hit and they're not in range. But you also don't quite feel as they also feel really good when they are in range. I couldn't attack then. I quite literally could not attack them for a little moment. You can get right behind me, far enough behind me, please. Okay. I thought that kick would have registered before his attack registered, but apparently not. Yeah, I think you either need to massively nerf kick, whether that doesn't last nearly as strong, which in that case it basically becomes a useless ability for anyone but Cal, which then, you know, kind of only makes him stronger. Or you either massively increase you either basically make kicking blockable, that way it's fairly balanced for Cal, but then you also nerfs it for other heroes, at which point where kicking is really necessary. So it might actually be worth massively nerfing Cal himself. Oh, he started blocking. But yeah, Cal, he's very powerful. I mean, look, I got two attacks off there. Most heroes can only get one attack off. So yeah, I do think, you know, Cal, he definitely is like the one hero I think at the moment that needs a nerf. Because you can basically just do so much against him. I thought I got a second attack off there, but no. But yeah, you know, he can do so much against you and can basically do nothing against it. You know, he has such decent damage, a very decent attack. It makes him really powerful. So if you're ever playing Cal Kestis at the time I'm recording this, at the time I'm streaming this, give him pull and kick. You know, they're really powerful abilities. I suggest pull over crush for Cal, just because, you know, that has a shorter animation, has much more range, and it kind of plays into Cal's whole gimmick of being really fast. You know, so. And also it brings people closer to you, which means you can more take advantage of that kick. You know, Cal is way too overpowered for his own good. You know, at least I'm fine with him standing on my head, but there have been some real creeps on this game. And they keep running up in behind you, which, if you know what that's, if you know, you know. You know, if you know why people keep going behind you, you know. Then, if you know, you know. But, yeah, it's disgusting, to say the least, considering Roblox is not strictly an adult game. It is a kids game as well. So it's very disgusting to see people doing that. And like every time I see it, I just shout creep. Because as far as I know, I am a minor. Anyway, now I can kind of play Yoda and okay, I could have played Yoda last match. I'm just starting to realise, but now I can kind of use and test out how this pull is, whether I prefer his lightsaber throw. I have a feeling I would prefer the lightsaber throw, especially because I like playing Yoda as much as so much. And lightsaber throw is like my favourite ability in the game. I know it's a difficult ability to master. It can be a very difficult ability to learn, but you know. I remember I used to despise the ability, but if you learn it, if you learn how to use it, it is quite a powerful ability. So yeah. Again, I think I kind of want to go to practice for a little bit. Just to use the lightsaber throw, but yeah, I enjoy using lightsaber throw. I think it's a very good ability. If you learn how to use it. Like if you don't learn how to use it, it can be a pretty bad ability. But you know, if you learn how to use it like that, if you're able to get like the positioning right for it, it can be a really good ability, a really powerful one. Especially unlike heroes, I guess they have double-bladed lightsabers, because I'm fairly sure that means it has a bit more range as well. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. But you see, like how I just took those two out without having to get close to them. You know, I think the lightsaber throw is pretty decent. Also do find it funny they just gave Mace Windu a survivor skin. Just because why not? And they gave him a skin that is basically based on the what if. And I think it's like the only characters that have like Anakin has a what if skin as well. Which funny enough I actually have equipped or actually showcases off. But I finished like these two are like the only ones to have a what if skin. So yeah. I do have Retribution for Anakin and Vader, but I just decided to give Anakin pull. Because I didn't want both to be the same. But you never know, maybe I should just give Vader. Maybe I should give Vader a pull. And Anakin the Retribution, because Anakin is quite a bit faster, to be fair. Yeah, I feel like that could maybe be especially for the modes. I mean, I kind of put Retribution on for them, which is control with. Oh, which is control with bots, CWB. Maybe I should just give him. I don't know. I like to nickname him, but maybe I should just give Anakin the retribution and Vader the pull. Oh, that was a perfect timing. Ow, ow, trailer. Spawn immunity be like. But yeah, maybe I should just give retribution to Anakin instead, given just considering the situation as to why I gave Vader retribution instead. But yeah. So, just some emos I don't think I've ever really used are Cassian Andor, and I know I've used Memphis Nest a little bit. I know I've used Cassian Andor to test him out one time, but I've never really used them properly, and I definitely know they can't be at the bottom of, like, if I was to do a ranking video, like, they would definitely be at the bottom. I was going to comment on how it feels good to actually use a good vet character, but I can't hit any of my shots. So I guess I'm not going to have to comment on it. To be fair though, I usually can't hit my shots when it comes to Blaster Heroes anyway. I keep saying heroes because I keep using Battlefront 2 terminology. Oh, we got Dexter Jetson as well. Yeah, I feel like if you made vicious, again, back with the topic of kicking, if you made vicious strike a block penetrate, and then I can't be a bit powerful. It's have like two different lightsaber abilities that can penetrate blocks. But I do think that if it like had that, maybe it would be a bit more balanced. And you don't really see people with Blaster Heroes using kicking anyway. I have got it equipped in my Aura Sing, but I don't really think it would be. I also very rarely see people playing Aura Sing, and I don't really use Aura Sing anyway, so I don't really think it's like, okay, I do not want to play against that. But it's not like it's going to do much anyway. Like, also there are other abilities that are pretty useful for Blaster Heroes as well. Again, I don't know how he both ignites and blocks that at the same time. I don't know how he does that. I saw it the other day with Ahsoka, or was it Cal? I think it was Cal actually, or Rey. I can't remember which one, but we saw that the other day. You can go check on one on I think the first stream I did a couple of days ago. I think they just called it Roblox Sequels versus Villains, but yeah, you can go check out that video if you're interested, and you'll see what I'm talking. Yeah, it was definitely Rey. It was on the Jedi Temple, and I was playing Sixth Brother, and you can see me commenting on it. How did I kill him? How did I kill him? I did nothing to kill him, and I somehow killed him. I just stood there, and he just fell, and it told me that I killed him. I said, what? What? Did someone hit him with like a blade thing? No, they definitely couldn't have because it said because I had the death message, so I had the kill message, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's just some cat. Okay, you're too tall. But yeah, I'm liking the pull on Yoda. I think I prefer the what's it called, the saber throw. I'm liking the pull on Yoda. I think it's useful. Ow. Yeah, I think the pull's useful. And you know, it makes him a little bit makes him a bit different from Windu, who I have the lightsaber throw on, and if I really want to, and you know, he has like the best ability combo for like fighting other lightsaber heroes, you know, throw and heavy strike, which I think is a really good combo for fighting enemy heroes. I keep saying heroes. I'm so sorry. Every time I say it, I start realizing what I'm saying, and people are going to be like, "Hey, this is my cue to swap servers." But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I've started really enjoying this. Okay, we're on a different server now. I have not checked the server list. Okay, this is actually a fairly decent server list. Okay, I was not going to be fighting 2 level 100s that could potentially get on the same team. You know, it feels like if there's going to be something like that, they should at least be on the opposite of. It should at least be on opposite teams. You know, fighting 2 of them at once. That's never really something that's going to be enjoyable. Oh gosh, they do not have a Cal Kestis. I saw the Syndralig icon. I thought it was Cal Kestis. There we go. Heavy Strike is such a good ability. And the thing is about Heavy Strike, you know, it's at least quite balanced. Because it literally doesn't leave you at least waiting to do something. You know, you can't just take the damage and have to accept it. And it's pretty good finisher as well. Has got a bit of range as well. I think that's why, as powerful as Kick is on Cal Kestis, you know, it's not really as powerful for any other hero. Heavy Strike's kind of an overall good ability. You know, you can kind of put it on any hero and they're going to be strong. But yeah, kicking, at least for Cal, needs to be nerfed. We, you know, still have kicking in the game, but nerf kicking itself. I think that's like the main thing that you kind of need to. That's like the main thing, I'd say. But yeah, that's because Cal Kestis is just so powerful at the moment. You know, I'd say I think he was probably more powerful than Pong, Krell, and Grievous back in like 2021. I think that, but I can't. Oh, of course, the two level 100s joined. Don't tell me the server died. Oh, good, no. Okay, it hasn't died. Phew. But kicking, it's not as powerful as it. I mean, Ponko and Grievous, they're not as powerful as they used to be. I think it was because Grievous, he had his Blood Sword, which was incredibly deadly. I don't know. And Ponko had such a high attack rate, and he still does now. And also, Crush was just such a powerful. It's just such a powerful ability. Like that's a really fast, like kick rate. Also has less. Also, I'm fairly sure it's like the lowest lightsaber damage in the game, which kind of makes up for the low attack, like the low rates of attack. I actually want to know how much damage he deals, because he definitely can't two-shot like those stormtroopers, but other heroes have like the average attack damage, which is pretty low compared to some of the other heroes. Have higher, are still able to one-shot heroes. Yeah, it's 22 to 28. Okay, so it's not massively lower, but it is still low. I actually can't want to. I think I checked what Kestis's damage was earlier, didn't I? Yeah, it's still 25 to 30. But his attack speed, it's still really long. It's still really quick, and you gets that damage off quite quickly. His last attack isn't that quick, but his first couple of attacks are quick. So yeah, oh, Vader is here. This is yeah, you can't. I wasn't even near him then for a moment. Again, the terrible hitboxes in this game can be quite terrible at times. Sometimes they can be sometimes they're fine. Other times, like that time, they're pretty bad. Like I wasn't even close to his. I was at a pretty good distance between him and his spinning blades then. Oh, of course, he was a VIP, so I couldn't kill him. Because his health gets reset and yeah. Cal Kestis, he really just needs some big nerf. They really need to nerf Cal in some way. My suggestion would be to just remove Kicking's ability to break through blocks, and then just replace any blaster hero's kick with a new ability called Psychic, which can penetrate blocks, but have that ability exclusive to blaster users, or at least users who can't use a lightsaber, keep it restricted to them. I think that would be a fairly balanced way. That way, blaster heroes, they're able to kind of stop a lightsaber hero for a moment if they get too close. But it's not overpowered for lightsaber heroes then. And if you must have another way for a lightsaber hero to penetrate blocks, make that vicious strike. I think that's a fairly reasonable fix, and it's not like you can pair up heavy strike and vicious strike either. You also can't pair up heavy strike and kick either. They both are very much restricted to one another, and they both do fairly different things. Apparently I have the most kills weekly, and most wins weekly. I think it looks like I'm doing pretty well for myself daily as well. But anyway, I think that's like fairly reasonable. You can't combo heavy strike and vicious strike anyway. You can't combo. I'm actually going to go Embo. You can't combo kick and heavy strike anyway, you know. So it's not that terrible. And you know, but heavy strike and vicious strike, they're quite different. You know, vicious strike doesn't quite deal as much damage, but it's more intended to get a quick bit of damage off and stop health regeneration for a little while dealing small amounts of damage that aren't really going to kill them anyway, unless they're super low in health. And heavy strike, you know, that's more focused on dealing massive amounts of damage. And sorry, just in mouse mat. Whereas heavy strike, you know, that's more focused on penetrating blocks and dealing massive amounts of damage. So they're different enough that I'd say it would be a good choice to make them to give them both the ability to penetrate blocks. But yeah, I think that's a fair solution to Cal's balancing, you know. I think that's a pretty fair solution. You know, it doesn't make kicking, it balances kicking. Also makes it a bit more valuable for heroes without really a way to defend themselves a lot of the time if someone gets close. Okay, I've just realised how powerful Daze is on someone on Embo. Because, you know, Embo needs that ability, that is special to block an incoming attack. So without that, that's actually pretty powerful. If someone is able to get close, that's the thing. If someone gets close, it's pretty powerful. I need to remember that the other way is not. I need to remember that going down this hall and then taking a right, that just leads you to a dead end. I need to remember that. I do feel like if you start attacking and responding, that should end your spawn immunity. Because you're definitely prepared to fight, and you just can't because that way, you know, you're prepared to fight if you're doing that. But also, you know, then the opponents still can't attack you. But also also having that spawn immunity there for people who are doing that. For people who you know, spawn camping, like a team who's spawn camping. That's actually pretty powerful. Listen, if you just get close, I'm just going to spin through you. Embo's really good. I think Embo is actually quite underrated actually for this game. You don't actually see many. I think I've only seen an Embo player once or twice. He's actually quite powerful. No, I'd say he's powerful. But I also say he's time balanced because he's not a popular choice. You know, I wouldn't say he's so powerful he needs nerfing at the moment. Especially not like the case of, I'm not daring going near that mine, given how low on health I am at the moment. But, I wouldn't say like he's absolutely terrible. I mean, I wouldn't say like he's so overpowered that he needs to be nerfed, like in the sense like Cal Kestis. He's a balanced powerful. He's a balanced powerful. He's not so powerful that he's impossible to overcome like Cal Kestis is. You can still very much defeat him if you get close, but a good Embo, they won't get close. So I'd say he's actually reasonably powerful. I'd say a good Embo is actually reasonably powerful. I'm actually really enjoying using him. You see what I mean, like in situations like that, the spawn immunity is more of a detriment to us. But then again, for situations where people spawn camp the team, you see what I mean by Embo, it's not completely overpowered, like Cal, but in situations like where we're spawn camping the team, like we kind of were there, the spawn immunity is pretty good, but also like at that point, like in that situation, we basically couldn't do anything to him, and we weren't really able. Plus, we weren't really doing much to him anyway. It's basically kind of like me, Grievous, kind of Kylo, I guess. We wouldn't have done anything massive to him at that point, but yeah. But as the heroes, they both have to aim and they don't have a ton of damage either compared to lightsabers. So, yeah, let's do CWB, control with bots. I think that's the name of the mode, isn't it? Game modes, CWB, yeah, control with bots. I generally don't like playing CWB. It's not because it's a bad mode, it's just you die really easily on this mode. If you're lucky, you have a lot less health than you do. It's just because of the amount of bots that are on there. Yeah, I think there's, especially for the villains, there's some really good heroes to choose from. You can pick Vader, you can pick Triller. I'm going to go Triller. I want to go Vader, but I kind of also want to go Triller. And it's just because they have good 360-degree abilities that can go and neutralize. They can neutralize the enemies for it. Vader and Anakin are definitely more effective because of their retribution. It has to last a bit longer.
Drop your weapon.
Why can you just not cooperate?
But also, it can leave them quite open as well. So I think I think it's a fairly balanced. I think they're kind of fairly balanced. Did we kill Amagundai? Which, funnily enough, the name is meant to be Amagundai. Imagundi, as in like I'm gonna die. But you see what I mean? It's like really easy to die in this mode. Look at the amount of damage I've just taken, basically all from the bots. You take a lot of damage in this mode from the bots, which is basically why I don't like playing this game mode as much. And the bots, it would be fine if the bots were a bit weaker. But they have but even the weakest ones, even basically the default ones, they have a lot of health. really get in there at the moment. So I need my shockwave. I need my shockwave at the moment, and because I don't have a lot of health. Not cheese, useful speed, I'm out of here. And the bots get them. And then we move back in. Also, I am a bit disappointed that the abilities don't follow the terrain. I think that's more of a problem for force abilities. So the shockwave, I don't think it is as much of a problem because it is kind of just exclusive to Triller. But that ability is pretty much just exclusive to Triller. But for force abilities, it feels like all of them, should be able to get you out the air. I also think for characters like Cal, that would. Also think for Cal, it's probably for the best that it's probably for the best that Cal can't hit enemies out of the air with force abilities. Because it would be way. There we go. Bot dies mostly because of the bots. It's like. Cal, he would be even more powerful than he already is if he could hit you out the air. Let's just go Simon Malikos. Also, just showing off the Santa outfit for him. Well, I'm fairly sure you can't get this anymore, but it's funny just to run about as Santa. And I'm fairly sure the only reason he has a Santa outfit is just because he looks like Santa. Did he try to block that and instead use an ability? I think he just tried to block my saber throw and instead use an ability, because that was a very obvious sort of throw if he knew he was using it, and even if he didn't, it's in quite a way to go to even get to him. Anyway, he just needs one more kill, so. That actually more helped me than doing so. Now regenerating at triple speed, which feels like it's basically nothing. We won. Oh. Let's just get all that damage off. Oh, we've leveled up. Really feels with that now. Really feels that we just leveled up. Yeah, I'm happy that I can kind of just relax now. Just until I get another 245 credits. But yeah, I'm gonna go AFK for a moment. I'll be back soon. And I'm back. Sorry, that took a bit longer than I was hoping to. Oh, turn off AFK. Yeah, I can't want to do a bit more practice, actually. Also, considering school, I don't really want to do that. Who shall we practice with? I kind of want to go Cal. I also kind of want to go Ahsoka. I'm going to go Windu, though. We've been at this for over an hour. I was just thinking about like my top 5 heroes when I was gone. I think for like my number 5 spot, I'd probably, at least for like the light side, I mean, I think I'll probably have Luke my number 5 spot for lightsaber users on the heroes on the light side. For number 4, I'd probably put Yoda. Then I'd probably put did I say Yoda for number 4? Yeah, then for number 3 I'd probably put Windu. And of course for number 2, Ahsoka. For number 1, obviously Cal. Cal's way too powerful. I don't know what happened there. There's a lag spike button. But yeah, I think Cal will be, I think at the moment it's not the most overpowered character in the game. You really can't go wrong with Cal at the moment. Hopefully they nerf him in the next patch or update they do. Because he's almost impossible to take on at the moment before he has that kick. There's a couple solutions to it. Nerf kicking as a whole. Make it so you can block it, which, logistically, I don't know why it's unblockable by a lightsaber. I know kicking is possible in an actual sword fight, but definitely not in the way it's animated in this game. Realistically, that would not be that would be blockable in a sword fight in the way it's animated in this game. It would be possible to slash at your opponent, to get into a bind with your opponent and then kick them in a sword fight, but definitely not go legs out. Definitely not go legs out with none of your without your weapon in the sword fight. Kicking is kind of like something you double with your weapon, not do on your own in sword fight. So I don't quite know why it can't be blocked in this game. So yeah, I think there are a couple of solutions. Make it possible to block a kick with a lightsaber. Make it so kicking just isn't a choice for Cal. Make it that his swing speed is slower. Let's go Kanan. Make it so that he doesn't deal as much damage. Make it so that he just doesn't have kicking as an option in general. I think I've already said that though. Make it so that rework kicking as a whole. Make it blockable. Oh, what's that animation? That last animation. Oh, I like that last animation. I've not really played them. I've not played Kanan for a while. Ow. But yeah, we'll just rework kicking as a whole. I brought it up earlier. Just make it so that kicking, there's 2 versions of kicking. The normal kick for lightsaber users, and it can't penetrate blocks. Then have a side kick where you'll put the blaster heroes where they can't turn to their side and kick out at their side. And that can penetrate the blocks of lightsaber heroes, but have that be have the side kick be exclusive for blaster heroes. I think doing something like that, I think not only makes it balanced for them. I don't know how a heavy strike doesn't get something in. You know, having it so that the sidekick is exclusively something. Have sidekick be exclusively something for the blaster heroes, and it kind of gives them a little bit of an extra defense against lightsaber heroes as a whole. You know, there's not really any downside to that. You already have heavy strike as a way to penetrate blocks anyway. I don't really think you need two, but if there must be two, then you know, I do kind of want. I already want vicious strike to penetrate blocks as it is. I think it'd be a much more useful ability if it did. So I don't know how that didn't penetrate this block thing. Ow, well, I'm dead. But you know, if you had heavy strike penetrate people's blocks. Not have heavy strike and vicious strike, sorry. They're so similarly named. If you have vicious strike penetrate people's blocks, I think that ability would be much more worth investing in, I think. That's just my opinion. I don't know how that heavy strike did not hit Vader then. Yeah, that's I just threw him into the tower. That's hilarious. Literally just broke every bone in his body. Let me just Rex in there. Yeah, let me just throw you away so your kick isn't useful. Let me just nerf your kick real quick, Maul. And here's the painful thing: your kick will never be as effective as Cal's kick. That's the thing with Cal, though. He has such a high swing. His swing speed is so high that it can basically get about 2 swings off before you can do anything about it. You know, if this was Battlefront 2, 2 swings wouldn't be a big deal. But in this game, 2 swings is a really big deal. There we go. Did we just parry? Did we just parry each other? Because I'm fairly sure I parried him, then swung, but he still parried me somehow. I don't know how that happens, because I know that's possible with Saber Rush. You know, you can't get parried when using Saber Rush, but that's only, I think that ability is, let me check the HVV wiki. I'm fairly sure that ability can only be used by Ahsoka and Ventress, so. Yeah, it's only usable by Ahsoka and Ventress. It says it reduces parry to length to 0.2 seconds, but it definitely doesn't. You don't get parried at all with that ability. I know it. You know, it's a really powerful ability because you can basically just spam someone until they're out of stamina, and then they basically have no choice but to swing their lightsaber. At which point, you know, that's a really bad choice anyway. Why is it every time I close the chat, what's it called? This log. And that's actually I can't want to go. I was trying to think of his name, and I was thinking like King Dranik. No, it's Sin Dranik to use Judaism. But you know, it seems like every time I close the scoreboard, I get light side. I don't know what that's about. I was using Sin Dranik the other day. No, yesterday actually, because he had his battle commands, and that was required for a daily for a daily thing, and I actually really enjoyed using him. Really enjoyed using him. But I do still prefer. I think Duelist is still probably the better ability. I thought I activated counter there. You know, I did like one more swing and I pressed counter, but apparently Maul was still able to hit me before counter registered. Which again is annoying when you're doing inputs in this game and it basically doesn't work. How many? Oh, I
My
know.
Padawan's hit harder than you.
Okay, Sin is such a roaster in this game. You know, pretty much all his voice lines are basically him roasting whoever he's emoting. You just threw into the other street. I don't know. How did I not get those?
My Padawan's hit harder than you.
I don't know how those last couple of strikes didn't hit. Oh, I'm almost out of stamina. I should be backing away from the fight, not going into it. Especially since there's four of them there! No. Oh god, 3 of them are chasing me. Mole's not paying. Okay, now he's paying attention, but that's right. Previously, he wasn't paying attention to Cal. I'm sorry, Cal. Come on, Ahsoka. Hey, we can fight them, can't we? Oh, that's really intimidating, actually. Vader just standing at the end of this middle of the street. And don't think I don't see you. We're both expecting each other to attack. I had a lag spike there. I attacked and I started to jump and then attack. But for some reason it just didn't. But for some reason I just didn't jump. You know, the lag spikes happen at the worst time. They always do. No, it's really annoying when it does happen because it's always when you really do not need. I jumped then. For some reason, I didn't jump. I had to jump twice then to get just to jump once. You know, it's always the worst when it's always the worst when the lag happens because it's always when you really don't need it to happen. I also wish counter would last a lot longer, you know, because it feels like it barely lasts at all. But I had to jump twice there again just to do one jump. But yeah, I do wish counter would last a bit longer. It feels like it lasts forever when you're not in combat, but it feels like it only lasts like once when it for like one strike when you are in combat. How long was I up there for? That's definitely way longer than a normal choke.
Take a seat.
Shut up.
My Padawan's hit harder than you.
There we go. Always count on Sin to have the best roast lines. I really feel like, okay, how doesn't counter kick? It feels like for how powerful kick is, counter should definitely stagger the opponent. How did I not hit him then? But it feels like for how powerful kick is, counter should definitely counter the kick and reflect it back at its opponent. And then that doesn't make sense at all. It feels like it definitely should. I can just run from you for 6 seconds, you know. I don't need to let you hit me. I really need to get some better abilities for Sin because I have like 3 counter, duelists, and battle commands. Those are like the only ones I have for him. Not Will. Yes, that's another level 100. But you know, I'm fairly sure I have like 3 abilities for Sin. Okay, these abilities are just absolutely rubbish as they are. I could get Heavy Strike for him. I'm definitely not going to buy it now because I'm trying to save up. But Heavy Strike and Vicious Strike, those would be pretty useful. I think the abilities I have for him now are actually probably 4. I'm fairly sure I have Duelist, Battle Command, Counter, and yeah, just Counter. Okay, I didn't have Dodge. Although I had Dodge, but no, it is just Duelist, Battle Command, and Counter. Yeah, I really need better abilities for him. Duelist doesn't really do anything for me in that match, so I'm switching back to Battle Command. Actually, I should probably just take it off Dooku then, really. I should probably give him his lightning back. Because it has been, Duelist has been useful for Dooku. I'll probably get more use out of Choke or Push, really. Does Dooku have a crush? I'm curious as to that. He must do, mustn't he? Yeah, he does. He does. Again, I'm not spending anything just yet on heroes. Again, I'm trying to save up so I can get some Star Killer and the Spaceballs characters because you need them to complete. Because you need all of them to complete objectives. Now let's go Ventress. I never usually go Ventress, but let's go Ventress. I always get taken off guard when I see this face because I made a face for Ventress for my Roblox morphs, and the way these cheekbones are lined, it really looks like it's like from that face. I always get, hey, is that my morph? But no, is that my face? But no, it's not. It's not my face. It does really bother me though that she's got these specific markings on the back of her head, especially since this specific version of especially since 2003, Ventress never had these markings, and Legends Ventress added different markings. I'm excluding. I don't see you. Okay, that's Star Killer. He's had 100. He's been able to afford Star Killer and had 100 kills with him. Okay. But the markings are a bit peculiar. I don't know why that Star Killer stayed to fight. If you just ran, it would have taken me a little while to get you. Yeah, just using that Vicious Strike just to make sure that it wouldn't matter if he just to make sure that why didn't you block any of that? I know you went to block my first strike, but you were too slow. But the rest of the strikes you just took. Why? Also, I've only seen 2 people this entire match. Oh no, we got. Who's. Why are they using Emphys Nest? Unless they're a decent Emphys Nest player, which. Oh, that would be a surprise. Oh, okay, that's. I didn't realise that Emphys Nest basically had Intruder's ability, but better. It's funny because I've actually looked at some Emphys Nest's abilities as well. Yeah, you're not getting away with that, Emphys. I assume Emphys is one of those characters where you need to make some investments to make her good, like Balin. Because Balin's pretty rubbish if you don't get Crush and Heavy Strike. Without those abilities, he's pretty rubbish. But if you get Crush and Heavy Strike for him, he's actually pretty decent. I know what you're gonna do, Cal. Oh, I thought she was just going to keep on coming, but no. That's why I activated Saber Rush thing. But yeah, I'm actually really I'm surprised they went Emphys Nest, just given how rubbish Emphys is. Like, I assume she's probably one of those characters that's better if you make some investments. No, I didn't realise it's the flag. But yeah, I assume Emphys is probably. Why am I saying it again? You've already heard me say it. I actually think Asajj is pretty decent. I don't think she's as good as Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka's definitely a bit better, but but yeah, I think she's better. I think Ahsoka's better. I mean, I think Ventress is decent. I don't really use Ventress, but I've seen a couple of Ventress players, and they usually always use Thermal Detonator. But Saber Rush really is arguably one of the best abilities in the game, I'd say. Ooh. At the same time, though, I can just run over to the flag and make sure that I'm there waiting for her if I wanted to. Speak of Ahsoka. You get back here, Ahsoka. I do wish, though. There we go. I do wish, though, that. That abilities that have timers like Saber Rush just hold you the timer. But get out of range of the flag points, then our stall won't drain quickly. You know, I do wish that abilities like Saber Rush wouldn't have a timer. Would tell you the timer. I mean, if it told you the timer, then how long it had until it was active, I think that would probably make the ability better. Because as it stands, you know, you don't really ever know when the ability is not going to be active, and I doubt you're going to be able to. I doubt most people will be able to multitask and count how long the ability has left until you can until it runs out. Especially when you're like in the middle of doing, especially when you're in the middle of in combat as complex as HVV. You know, you have to keep in mind parrying. Yeah. Especially for abilities that aren't Saber Rush, where at least with Saber Rush, you know, you can kind of get away with swing spamming, but you can't really do that with other abilities that have a timer. No, like let's say Force Speed. Actually, I do want to kind of experiment around with a character though, specifically Kit Fisto, because I've got. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought I had to. I thought he had a side spin. Is that not an ability in the game? If flip and backflip are the same though, then yeah, and that's kind of pointless then to have just the same ability then. They're just the same, but a different animation. If they actually gave a hero two abilities that basically did the exact same thing, that would be a massive shock. I don't even know why I have roll on this. According to HVV Wiki, Venom Skywalker, it's meant to allow it to avoid attacks, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Or, make you take less damage when you're having attacks, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Why are you in combat as a VIP? When you're the VIP, you're meant to be a bit more sparing when you're in combat.
How inevitable. How inevitable.
Oh, come on. I thought you would have picked it up. There is no way that did not pick up. What? I was up in the air. He was down on the ground. There is no excuse for that. Unless, of course, it was the bleeding that kills me. Actually, yeah, it could have been the bleeding that killed me. You know, at least Battlefront 2 players, for as toxic as they can be, at least they know when someone's trying to be peaceful most of the time. There, I got ya. Now just get behind cover. Why are you chasing me? Is it because it's because I'm low on health, isn't it? Okay, he thinks I went that way. And again, oh, stop. The thing about Vicious Strike, though, is that, again, it doesn't really... The bleeding out, yes, it deals damage, but the damage it deals is so minimal that it's more or less just stop the health regeneration. It very rarely will kill someone. Did he just block the heavy strike or no? I don't think he did, but no, that would be a surprise if he did, given heavy strikes would penetrate blocks. But then again, there was a lot of attacking going on. There's a lot of fighting going on then, so might have just been something. Okay, that's 3 of them. I'm off. Anakin, save me. Okay, this isn't fair matchmaking. This is definitely not fair matchmaking, even though we now have 4. You know, they have 3 skill players. Well, we have like 1 skill player, 1 person who is basically able, 1 person who can who is, it's not to be rude, but who is skills. Well, the other 3 are fairly new. Probably don't know a lot about how to play. Try hitting me when I move from side to side. Haha! Even though you're focusing on Kylo, so really isn't a good brag. What am I doing chasing him? He's still going to run out fast anyway. Yeah, let me just... Yeah, let me just get behind cover so you can't hit me. Yeah, I'm not going after you. Okay, if I must block you... Let me just go from side to side again. It's tough, especially with this game's physics, you know. It's not as smooth as the Battlefront game, so side to side is even more effective in this game than in that game. It's comically effective, actually. Why can't Balin get a step? It would be funny if Yoda made his Lego scream sound every time he died. I have faith in Vader. Not if he keeps running, though. And definitely, okay, definitely, I don't know. The game basically told him nope there. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this game since coming back. Again, the learning curve is a bit steep. I would say it's so steep that I do think it would scare most new players and returning players off. I mean, it scares me off for quite a few years. You know, I didn't really play this a whole lot for a few years. So pretty much once I stopped playing in 2021, I pretty much never turned back. I would occasionally still play in 2021, but definitely not as much as I used to. And I think the last time I properly played was probably the last time I made my guides. Which was, I think the last guide I came out with was on like the 21st now of September. Yes, it would have been September. That would have been September into my main channel. It was like my updated Grand Inquisitor guide. Actually, why? I think it was that guide anyway. Let me pull up my Heroes versus Villains guides. Yeah, it was my Grand Inquisitor guide. And yeah, it was the 23rd night of September. Yeah. Yeah, excuse me, I'm trying to talk to you. No, it's fine. Yeah, that was not really the last time I probably played this game.
That doesn't look good.
I didn't realise that's what Cam was going to say. I'm so sorry, Chewie. Yeah, let me just pull you into our team. Actually, well, I keep mistaking. Jedi Maul for a Jedi himself. I keep thinking he's a light side user. Oh no! Yep. That was the worst kick ever. Ow. I'm trying to protect Chewie. The thing about Chewie is that he's really good when he has overcharge, but he's absolutely awful when he can't use overcharge. Which, ironically, is him in Battlefront 2. Why is why am I straining quickly? Is it because I'm close to spawn? Yeah, it's because I'm close to spawn, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So that's one still runs slow. It's interesting to learn why each stall runs slow. Cal's just so overpowered, though. He doesn't feel overpowered to use, but it's one of those cases where he is overpowered. You know, like, look at that. I basically just pulled Cad Bane into my kick, and you could do nothing about it. And you basically just eliminated all of his health. You know, that's... How is that fair? How is that balanced? I know other heroes can do it, but Cal has a really high swing speed, so he can basically get 2 hits off. Okay, respect to you playing Balin. Because Balin is not, especially Balin with a rock throw, because Balin is not easy to use with his default abilities. Balin is a pretty bad character with his default abilities, so I have a lot of respect to that guy for using him with his rock throw, which is the default ability. Well, his default abilities, they're rock throw and block breaker, both of which are really bad. I wasn't even aiming for Vader. I was aiming for him. Wait, you can counter blocking? No. Okay. That Palpatine really wanted to stay right where he was then. No, you get back here, Vader. You get back here. You get over here. Cal was really fun to use, really annoying to face. And it's like you can't do anything against Cal. His ability combo is nasty. Yeah, let me just bring him out of cover. Yeah, the inputs are a bit delayed at the moment. Oh, Cal's so unfair. You get back here. This isn't fair for the enemy team. Cal's overpowered. He doesn't feel overpowered to use, but it's just because of how good he is. He's so overpowered. His ability combo's really nasty. You know what, Zengar? You're not safe here either. Again with the low stamina. I really do not like that staggering, and that's like the one time where the staggering actually mattered. Most times, most times staggering would just add salt into the wounds that you're low on stamina. So I don't really think it adds anything usually. It definitely didn't. That was like usually, like, that was like the few times, that's like the one time ever in my experience playing that parrying, that staggering when you're low on stamina actually did anything. Because if that actually parried, I would have won that. Maybe it should like parry the opponent and stagger you if you're in a situation like that. Like, then, you're actually, at least your effort to beat them is relevant, Yeah, I felt really powerful with Cal there. It's not because Cal is a really powerful character on his own. It's the abilities to choose for Cal, and then Cal's swing speed. He's just way too overpowered. They gave a really nasty ability combination, and it is because of the kick. It's not because of the pull. It's because of the kick that he's overpowered, and it's why you see basically every Cal player using them, using a kick. It's just way too powerful. Ever since I started gravitating more towards Balin, I've not really used the Grand Inquisitor. I was using the Grand Inquisitor a lot when I first came back, just because I needed to get the Sick Brother skin. But I haven't really used the Grand Inquisitor as much, and I've actually found other heroes to be better than him so far. Let's give Grandy a go. I haven't really used him as much since. Again, it's not because he's bad, I just haven't really used him as much. I just prefer other characters, and found other characters to be stronger, like Balin, which again I think is really ironic, given Balin is a really trash character without swapping out his abilities. Yeah, we can do this all day. And I've been talking about this on the stream about how much I love lightsaber throw. And then that's like the worst lightsaber throw I've ever done. With the exception of Optimus, where I've never actually know how to use saber throw. Okay, that's even worse, because he was immune then. Yeah, I think the Grand Inquisitor is a decent character. He's not overpowered. He's not underpowered. He's just good. And I think that's the thing about him. He's just a good character. But I think that's also why, you can't gravitate towards other characters, because they're just so much stronger. Okay, that was awful. That was absolutely...
You're supposed to be dead. Looks like I shall be rewarded.
Oh, of course you have to jump down. But we also have to face two of you now, which is never a good sign, especially... Okay, thank you, that actually helped me out. Okay, now I have to face three of you. This isn't... Again, thank you, that really helps me out. Grievous, help me! They're on me! They're onto me! Help me, Grievous! Hi, me! I'm using you as a body shield. Don't mind me. Oh, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Okay, that's good. Got one of them out. Yeah, we know you're trying. Did he just suicide himself so he didn't have to face the two of us? I think I did fairly decently there though, for being a 3-on-1. I think I did fairly decently there, but then again, you know, they haven't got the best team. If this was like 3 level 60s back to back, you know, I definitely would have lost that. Again, respect for going Balaam with Rock though. That's a really awful ability. It's basic. It is literally just. It is literally just Kit Fisto's Force Orb, but worse. That again really helped me out.
You lie to me and expect imperial favor.
Oh, I should have used that emote when you was up there. Ooh! When I was up there earlier. You know, because you had the high ground and there was Obi-Wan. That would have been a really good emote to do when dudes are supposed to be dead. I don't remember the Six Brothers emotes, but to be fair, it's only because I recently got him. You know, sometimes I've been seeing like people that are like similar levels to me and they have way more credits than me. And then I see this other level 79 who has 40,000 credits instead.
You're supposed to be dead. Looks like I shall be rewarded.
In fact, never play this again.
I really do. I can't. No, I don't actually wish it. Creep, absolute creep. As far as you know, that's a kid. Are you trying to choke me for calling you a creep? Yeah, you know, that's people like that, and they'll chase you around this lobby as well. The amount of times I've had someone chase me around this lobby trying to do that to me. No. Let me be. Oh, phew. You know, this is a stream, you know. It's not like I can use it against you because for some reason developers turned off name above your head, at least when you're in the lobby. If you're not, I can kind of get it if you're in the game, but even then in the game, you know, it feels like you should be able to see player name tags, and I get it for immersion. But no. I feel like because of the situations like this, you know, it's like you can only really tell who it is if it's like one person in the match or if they have a character that the other person shouldn't, if the really low level shouldn't have. But yeah, I want to go Balin. But I don't really feel like that he can take 3 of them on because that's what it's going to be, a 3-on-1. Maybe I'll go Balin anyway. I think Balin is my best bet. I'm not going to win this, but I may as well pick a strong character anyway.
How inevitable.
I really need to get more emotes for him, but again, I'm saving. I'm probably going to save a cow for Starkiller. I mean, not Cal, Starkiller. Oh, this isn't. You see what I mean? I have to face all 3 of them. And they don't. And no one in this game respects 1v1 either, so I can't fight this. Yeah, of course, they Gonk Cal, who is ridiculously overpowered. respect one. Listen, if you're in a situation like this where they have a really low level player who dies really quickly or just suicides themselves, we have someone who's on their own and they suicide themselves, or because their team suicided themselves, or they're just on their own. Respect the 1v1. No one likes facing that, especially if you've got a Cal Kestis, especially if you're playing Cal Kestis. Let that person 1v1 each person on your team. No one wants to face you if you're going to if you're going to have your whole team facing one person. No one likes that. And you know you don't like that because you've had it happen to yourself and you still do it. But to be fair, though, I also had to do it myself. But I do remember one match, it was like me yesterday, I think it was. But then again, hopefully we get an actually good last team standing match. And also, last team standing is meant to be good. I was going to say it is pretty good, but I'm going to say it's meant to be good because it gets more XP and credits. Because again, actions matter more, as it says. But I say it would be good because there's so little that actually goes on in the match that you can't really benefit from that extra XP and extra credits. So most of the time, it just winds up being pointless. And yes, I was doing a stream earlier. I was meaning to mention this earlier. I was doing a stream. I did do the stream earlier, and in that stream, I did say as soon as I turn off the stream, I'm going to get everything. What do I tell you? Every time I turn this off, oh come on! This is going to be the exact same. Okay, I guess Cal is going to be my best bet. But last time, I was like in that stream, I said as soon as I turn the stream off, I'm going to wind up getting everything I need. Guess what happened? I turned it off. I started getting dark side again. I got everything I needed, which is actually the reason why I'm streaming now. No, actually, because I got everything. I thought that was the Grand Inquisitor then. Tell me this is. Please respect the 1v1, sir. Please. I can't attack. I can't. I got the amount of swings I did then and didn't get off. Oh, come on, respect the 1v1. I'm not going to fight you. No, you get over here, Vader. I find it funny that I said respect the 1v1 and I then go to help out my teammate. Actually, that helps me out. Okay, it doesn't help me out if my if your Tarkin's going to shoot me. Respect the 1v1. How much is their Tarkin at? Is that full? No, it is sort of Krennic, okay. But respect 1v1. What you're doing, respect the 1v1. No one wants to face two or even three of you at once. To be fair, I was only going after Vader, given this really matters. My teammate, he was going to die if I didn't help him, and I need him to. Given it was if he died, it would have wound up being a 1v3. No. It was fine at the beginning, though. If Krennic did not come over to help his Grand Inquisitor, it would have been a fine match. But no, he just had to come over, didn't he? It's more annoying now that Roblox. You have to verify your age to chat. Just increase the moderation, but then Roblox will do anything but that. So they'll do anything but buy new moderators. I mean, pay new moderators. I mean, so I don't know what I said buy. That's if anything, that's probably more accurate to what they're doing, paying for AI. But you know, if you just get more moderators, make the chat more strict. You know, like if you have to, like if you have to make innuendos, make certain words that can be used the wrong way, are not able to be used. Again, what's this matchmaking? If this continues to be the matchmaking we get, I'm no longer choosing. I'm no longer choosing that seems standard if this continues to be our matchmaking. Okay, so we got what's more than likely a new Vader, and we got one of the worst characters in the game on our team. This is what we call a bad situation. Because again, how are we meant to fight this? You know, there's 3 of us. 3 of us doesn't necessarily mean we're all going to be able to fight each other. How did that not get him?
I'll tear my way through if I have to.
What can I do for you?
Just watch, they're not going to respect 1v1 now. Yeah, you're a bit late to on the dodge, mate. What is that timing? What is that timing? Just as I go to attack, he pushes. Like there is no way he just did that. You know, there's no way he just did that thinking it would get through. You know, he very clearly saw me blocking, so that had to have been he saw me lower my block to attack. There's no way he did that perfectly, especially with like the terrible input in this game. I'm surprised at that. To be fair though, the possibilities probably have the best inputs out of anything, so yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not going to continue choosing last team standing if this is the extremely okay. Thank God, last team standing. It's not even an option here. Oh, you know, if I knowing my look, these guy, that guy, and that guy are going to get on the same team, and I'm going to get that guy, and that guy, or that guy, and that guy. You know, knowing my look, it's at that point I'm just going to serve a stop hop. Oh, good, thank goodness I have at least a decent teammate on my team. And they have 2 decent teammates on their own team, so this is actually balanced matchmaking for once. Okay, not to just be level 18 and what was it, level 7? Yeah, level 7 on their team, but and level 10s on our team, but okay, that's fair to say. That's fair to say, Vader. But you know, not to diss them, but I'll put them down. But almost walked off the map then. But you know, they're not necessarily, they're fairly new to the game, may not know exactly what they're doing. So yeah, running up without a weapon is not a good. How do people activate their weapon and then the amount of blue berets going on? I don't know who's who. You know. I'm not going to attack you until you no longer have immunity. So you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. I'm fairly sure that said stagger there. There is no way Obi-Wan did not get caught in that. You know, he was definitely in range. You know, it doesn't. If they're being blocked by someone, that doesn't do anything to the ability either. So I have no idea how he didn't get caught in that. Abilities. This game is really just wacky at times when it comes to if something even works. Oh, come on. And you somehow got the credit. I do feel like suiciding shouldn't get you the credit, but then for stuff like objectives, you kind of need the credit. And that doesn't get you off the map. I knew it probably wouldn't. Now just watch. I'm going to go attacking.
I'll tear my way through if I have to.
Like, I know that started as the level 83. Oh, I don't even have my crush yet. No, we bet you're the level 83. Yeah, you can't block heavy strike. I thought that for sure would have gotten him. Why does it do a light? Why does it do a sword noise? Why didn't Cinderella get thrown then?
How inevitable.
Level 83 left. I knew he was the Luke as well. That's what makes it even better. And that didn't hit, I don't know. You see, this is where the spawn immunity before attacking, or right after you attack, you know, is actually really good because we're spawn camping them at the moment, and they're pretty low levels. We're pretty high levels. Oh, me and Maul are. I know Anakin is a low level.
How inevitable.
I know he's trying to make peace. Oi! Maul, stop. Ah! Oh, what, we all died? That's what we get for spawn camping. That's what we get for spawn camping. Oh, we absolutely deserve that.
How inevitable.
Not cut off. Oof. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Again, when the game has its good moments, it is good. It is really good and fun. But when it has its bad moments, it is pretty bad and not very fun at all. So according to this, I've had 58 kills today. I definitely, and this is only an hour and 3 minutes into the day. Yes, it is 1 AM, 3 minutes for me. I mean, look. So, so I don't know why it's, and I definitely have not got 58 kills today. Also, that for some reason these don't feel enough, but yet at the same time do. What do I tell you? Every time I turn off the player log when I'm doing the stream, it's I always get light size. Come on, Ahsoka. There we go.
The only fear you sense is your own.
Ahsoka has some pretty good emotes, but I do think there are some other lines she could have, which would be which I think would make for better choices for emotes or taunts, as they're called. I do think that, you know.
Hello there.
No, I do miss is like a very classic emote for me. I remember like spamming that as Ahsoka. That was like one of the ones I had selected before there was an emote wheel. But the other two emotes, now, especially now that I have them and decided to use them because of the emote wheel, they're definitely not quite as good. You know, like Vader has so much health. Like, you saw how many strikes I did to him. That barely did anything. You know, that's for most heroes, you know, the amount of health he has, that would have been about one strike worth for most heroes. I do know Saber Rush reduces your strike, your swing damage, which damage you do. But, you know, you suddenly wipe him out there. Okay, well, we definitely know who the Maul is then. Ahsoka's way too powerful as well. I think that's just because of her Saber Rush, you know, and that's why she is so powerful. And I didn't really like Saber Rush until a few days ago, actually. I didn't really like Saber Rush until a few days ago. And I usually always use another ability for her, especially because it didn't seem like Saber Rush actually did anything except just speed up of animations, which never really felt like that did anything. Really felt, and especially because it reduced your damage, it felt like it was more of a waste of an ability. But I kind of started using Saber Rush again, particularly after I think that Ahsoka started spamming me in that previous, in like my first stream back. But you know, look watch how fast I can melt these people, melt that guy with Saber Rush. You know, swing speed is basically unmatched, and I think Ahsoka's Saber Rush as well. It's even better than Ventress's. So yeah. This isn't fair for him. The spawn immunity really matters here after you make that first strike. You know, I was like, again, I was swinging it up earlier. Actually, shall we put Ahsoka on the throne? Here we go, Ahsoka on the throne. Good, everyone, good. Kill him. Do it. I could you imagine Ahsoka saying do it. Oh, okay, we may actually be in for a problem here. Because of that. Okay, we don't have much of a problem now. You stopped using buzzsaw. We don't have a problem now. Oh no. That's the thing about this game. It's apparently after it reaches a certain time, 90 seconds, I'm fairly sure, if you kill someone on the enemy team, it doesn't switch them over to the other team, which I think is a really terrible feature. It definitely would have mattered like a few in a match earlier. Now I had off screen. And you know, I think now he's not going to be able to get a teammate if he kills us. So yeah, this is a really terrible feature, that, especially because it's in a situation like this. He needs, if he finally kills one of us, it's not going to get a teammate now. And it's a really terrible thing. Like, I'm fairly sure it's about to kill Obi-Wan. Oh, he does get a teammate. Okay, it did switch him, I think. Or did it? I don't think it did actually. I think someone else just joined. But you know, it's a really terrible feature. But just look at how fast she melts a hero with that. You know, Saber Rush is ridiculous. But I also think because enough people use different abilities with Ahsoka, Saber Rush isn't like massively powerful. Yes, it's powerful, but because other people use other abilities with Ahsoka, usually I think Saber Rush is a bit more balanced. Well, you know, I think Ahsoka's Saber Rush in particular. Oh, it's definitely unbalanced. And yeah, let's go back into practice for a little bit. No, practice is nice to kind of cool off. Also, I'm happy I got this Sith Acolyte skin for Shin. That rhymes, skin for Shin. Actually, that sounds awful in the context of the game, but I think the Sith Acolyte skin is pretty nice. I'm both really happy and really upset that a lightsaber doesn't become red. It still is orange with the skin. Because again, it's Sith Acolyte, it feels like it should be red. I also like she keeps the orange. I don't know. That's something that you can't really say about Balin, who has a blue lightsaber. And I do think it would be nice if Balin has like a yellow lightsaber. Because I'd like to kind of think that, at least with Balin, and at least in Balin's case particularly, you know, I like to kind of think that he has a yellow lightsaber, but he didn't bleed it all the way, so that's why it's orange. I feel like that's a neat idea. I feel like that kind of makes sense, you know. He just didn't fully bleed his lightsaber. So I just dismember that trooper and decapitated him. Just setting his body throwing his body everywhere. I'm throwing his body away from his limbs and head. I don't really think Shin's that good though. I think she just has a pretty terrible ability selection. Maybe she has better abilities. I think the most notable ability she had was like, I don't know. I don't want to go to my inventory. I want to go to the shop. I think the most notable ability, like choke. That's really the only good ability she probably has here. There is push, but okay. Yeah, she doesn't really have any good abilities. Force deflection, easily the worst ability in the game. Push, that's fine. It's a fine ability. Choke, it's a good ability when it works, but because of how exposed it leaves you if it doesn't work or if you don't get everyone in it, you know, it's a mid ability, but not really an ability that you kind of want. And then, of course, you have Demoralized, which is... I don't even know what Demoralized does. That's why we trust HVV Wiki. I actually searched Demoralized earlier. Okay, here's what it says. Demoralize oppresses all nearby enemies, reducing their stamina while active. Enemies in range will constantly lose some of their stamina. Your speed and jump are reduced by 20% while Demoralize is active. Demoralize can oppress enemies up to 30 studs away. That is a really terrible ability. Okay. There used to be a bug where players would be given and equipped Demoralize on Vader for free. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Shin. I think she just kind of needs a different, another ability that improves her. You know, give her crush or give her pull. Or give her a different lightsaber attack. I'm going to go Shin, but or give her a different lightsaber attack. Such as another one like Heavy Strike. I do think that would maybe go against how Shin plays. She's a very quick character. It does seem like the quick characters tend to have. Yeah, I'm afraid I've got no emotes as Shin, but it does seem like the quick characters definitely do more damage. But I think if she had, I think even just giving her a crush or a lightsaber throw would probably make her more worth your time. Or pull.
You failed me last time.
Let me just throw Obi-Wan back. There we go. I don't know why I'm laughing. Let me just throw you off. Why am I laughing? Now I'm laughing at the fact that I'm laughing. Look, I'm afraid I can't emote back at your 6th brother. No, okay, your 11th brother, but they haven't updated your name yet. Yeah, Shin, her abilities are pretty rubbish, no matter which way you go.
Failed me for the last time.
You kind of need your team to support. Yeah, she's decent at best. But yeah, they kind of need to give it, I think, at least crush. Oh, an ability that would be cool to give her. Wouldn't really be helpful, but would be cool to give her is Smoke Bomb, given she does use that. I think she'll be like one of the few characters who would use the Smoke Bomb as well. I almost got back there. Yeah, I do think the Smoke Bomb would be pretty nice. Again, it would be completely useless though, but it would be nice to have like a just because she uses it in the show. That it would be nice to have because she uses it in the show. But aside from that, yeah, there's not really any point to it to giving her a Smoke Bomb. Look at that input. And then when you're in combat, it doesn't work at all. The input. What it was that? I didn't block him that whole time until I stopped blocking. Oh, I thought he was using Saber Rush then, even though I never use this, even though I know he has push. So I don't know why I was panicking then. Okay, that didn't do anything besides damage him. Well, nothing of worth at least. Ah, I wish I had emotes for Sheen. Okay, not the worst. I don't have any for her, but I do like to emote. And you stop running away. Come back here, so I can push you. Okay, I don't want you to come here, Starkiller. Not just yet. Okay, now you can. You can start coming over, Starkiller, just so I can push you. I just kind of realised that Starkiller has a very similar voice to sixth brother. I mean 11th brother. I keep calling him sixth brother because that's what he's called in this game. It's meant to be 11th brother. Get back here. No. Oh, come on. They have a level 100. Okay, how come you just start shooting the instant I drop my block? Haha, you can't shoot me behind this. Come on, you have to get close if you wanna. But then again, you have Kylo there, so. We've had such a good run. It's probably the best run I've had on this game yet, without having a level 100 join. But now the level 100 is joined to ruin the match. Okay, this actually looks really good because she's actually hiding behind this. If I position her like this. This actually looks really good. But yeah, I'm going to practice. I'm not fighting you if I'm not going to fight a level 100, so I also don't really want to leave this server. So I'm going to go into practice for a little bit, just hope the level 100 leaves. There's another server. That's 3 people in. Not sure if I want to join it though. I do think I've kind of warmed up to Sheen in that one match though. I think I've warmed up a little bit to Sheen from that one match, but then again, that one match was fairly unbalanced, and I definitely would have done better as Balin. Well, yeah. That was actually a really good swing then. Not in an actual match, that would have been a horrible swing. But for a match like this, where you're just in practice, you know, that was a really nice swing to have, you know, actually have it hit at the very end. Again, I do kind of wish... Well, Balin, he does look good with the Cyan lightsaber. I know it's blue, but based on it, but if you saw blue from other characters in this game, this would be cyan. Actually, I can just show you how this is cyan compared to other characters in this game. But actually, who do I have with a cyan lightsaber? Actually, I mean blue lightsaber. I have Ayla with a blue lightsaber. You know, look at that blue. Balin's definitely cyan, but you know, I do kind of wish Balin has a yellow lightsaber instead. At the same time, though, I do like the blue, and blue's probably what he would have. But I always like to see, but I do think it would look pretty neat with a yellow lightsaber. You know, it just looks like a lightsaber that he probably would have as a Jedi. I feel like that. I feel like for Balin, that last attack, for Balin, this one. I feel like that last attack should deal damage pretty much like how Flamethrower deals damage. Just because of how long that attack is, it really is. It really is so useless unless you're just trying to lightsaber spam, which really you should never do with Balin. So he does have good range with his attacks. I'll give him that. But yeah. I can only go on practice for so long without getting bored. It would be nice if there was a practice mode where you could just like go into 1v1s against each other, against another player. You know, that would be fun to do against friends. But then again, you could also just do that in a private server, and you can't. And I guess it gets to get you to buy a private server as it is. Yeah. What? Let me head rest you up against the rock. I should have just swung, then I took more damage doing the heavy strike. I'm slowly getting my health back. Yeah, at the moment, I don't really want to face this guy. Actually, that's good to know his profile, so I know when he's in the server. Now, there's another guy at the moment. It's level 100. He has like a blue kind of cape over his face. I don't have Crush yet. No, I do. No, I just need to get 20 health. It feels like it takes like 15 seconds just to get like 50 health. And that's excluding the delay. And it just doesn't feel right, honestly. I do think Balin, he has a lot of decent health. I just think maybe his attacks should either be quicker, his final attack maybe should, or maybe his final attack constantly deals damage like our flamethrower does. Or he should deal with more, or just have him deal more damage with his attacks. Because as it stands, his final attack's arguably the worst attack in the game. Because as cool as that attack is, unless you want to get absolutely destroyed by the enemy, it's pretty awful. That's the one time that ability's range has actually ever done anything for me. With me wanting to use its range. I want to switch to Shin. Yeah, I really do enjoy using Balin. I think I've kind of found a new favourite. I think I did a stream when he first came out, and you can kind of see me there talking about how much I didn't really I talked about how I didn't really enjoy him in that stream. I thought he was pretty bad, but and that was like 2023. That's been almost 3 years. Oh, I thought I got that last attack on that guy. Yeah, practice mode is quite nice for just kind of chilling. Just to do like some chill fighting, which is pretty nice to do after, playing a bunch of proper matches. Hey, we got another Shin on. Oh, I'm betting this is that level 100 Shin I was facing the other day. Because I was facing one of those the other day, and it was so annoying to fight. I want to check the spectate mode real quick. Okay, the level 100 isn't that Shin. Okay, who's the Shin? And the Shin just left. Okay, I assume they got banned for the AFK stuff. I want to turn AFK back on. Would be nice to get like you have no power. That emote. It would also be nice to have like a choice between practice mode maps. Or have a bit more freedom to spawning certain characters. Leading, actually killing someone. It's a bot. Ah, don't carry me. I was hoping I could get both of them. Oh, that was a very last minute strike. Also, this ability, also the lightsaber in general, doesn't look orange until you really look at it. Okay, I take that back. It doesn't look orange. It just looks red. It only really looks orange in a swing. Now I actually want to look at Balon's lightsaber, because I'm fairly sure I have looked at that before and thought, yeah, that's orange. Also, his robes look is by far his best. I have no idea what they were thinking when they chose the clothing for his unrobed look, this clothing. I'm not to diss the person who made that, because I know they put a lot of effort into it. I can tell by the shading, but... yeah, I used to think this actually looks orange. It's probably just because the lighting on the floor goes orange. Yeah, this definitely looks red. At the swing, you know, that's definitely orange. I do think I prefer this skin over the Jedi skin, but I still use the Jedi skin, because why not? Oh, the Knight skin, sorry. I was about to say I wish she had a pull, but there it is. Yeah. I was about to check if Grand Inquisitor has more abilities, but no, these are the only ones he has. I guess Vicious Strike could be useful for him. Actually, I kind of want to see his different appearances, because it's been a long time since I looked at them. Now, I remember when the Kenobi appearance came out, and I really wanted it, and I actually went and got it. The thing about the Kenobi appearance that it's probably my favourite look for the Grand Inquisitor. I know he has a really short head in the show, but it's at least the clothing, you know, I really do like that look. I really like that clothing, especially the fact that they finally gave him a cape. It actually makes him feel like the Grand Inquisitor. That's the thing that I think when they started giving Inquisitors capes, you know, the fact that the Grand Inquisitor didn't have one, it just made him feel like that he wasn't the Grand Inquisitor. And the classic Temple Guard. You know, I remember when this was like the skin to roll on them, the Grand Inquisitor. You got Fifth Brother, and the Haunting look. You got Grim Reaper. Is that the Grim Reaper? If you watched that, if you watched that one Thomas Arts video, you'll know where that comes from. You're like, Thomas, is that the Grim Reaper? And of course, you got Sixth Brother. I do think if there is one problem with all these Inquisitors being put onto, you know, like Seventh Sister, Sixth Brother, Fifth Brother being put onto Triller and Grand Inquisitor, is that they can't really is like at that point you can't really make them heroes themselves. You know, the thing about like with, you know, what's his name, Rex. You know, the thing about Rex is that how are you going to make a clone different? How are you going to make basically all these clones new and different characters, you know? How are you going to make Cody, Gree, Pons, Thorn, Wolf, Bly, Echo, Fox, Fordo, Doom, Hauser, all different from each other and different from Rex? You know, with Boss, I mean, even with Boss, you know, you got Sev, Scorch, Fixer, Hunter, Crosshair, Wrecker, and Tech, and Gregor on him. You know, it's like how would you make all these characters different? I think for like Bad Batch, you probably could have made them all different characters, but like with the other clone commanders, it's like how would you have made them different from Boss? You know, how would you make these clone troopers different from Rex? Whereas compared to the Inquisitors, you know, you could give them different. You could actually do pretty well and give them different abilities and make them a bit more unique. I mean, with Triller, you know, she has a shockwave. It's like her thing. I did used to have saber throw on there because that's one of the things as well. Like if I couldn't use Grand Inquisitor, at least I could use Triller. I do think Triller's maybe a little bit worse to her lightsaber swings. Okay, Triller's better when it comes to being for parry length, but Grand Inquisitor has a better stamina. Of course, it's not by much. Neither are by much, but that's really interesting, actually. But you would kind of think like the Grand Inquisitor would probably have more damage than Triller, but no. But yeah. Really interesting. I'll do this one match simply because I know I'm going to be on this team with the level 100. I'll probably keep turning on AFK, see if I get on the same team as the level 100, and if I want to, and if I would, then I won't join. If I don't, if I do, then I won't. If I do, if I would get on the same team. I feel like I should have at least got an assist on kill for all that work.
This
Me
may
and
not be within your power.
me and both Blow just did then.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even know what you said, but yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, probably. I feel like that should have. I feel like that kill on Anakin should have at least given me an assist. Never including our assists counts as kill, you know. For basically the fact that I did all that work on Anakin, basically. Okay, I would have thought that would have got Vader then. Apparently it didn't. We've been going at this for 3 hours. We've been going at this for 3 hours. Also, I did just see that toxicity is not tolerated. I am aware of that. I have emoted on this before, but I don't mean it in a toxic way. Just want to make that clear. I don't mean it as in a toxic way. Because I do know, like, emoting and I couldn't swing then. I do know that emoting and teabagging, you know, is often considered toxic. I don't really consider emoting toxic. No, I really feel cheated by that parry then. By that kick. I can't swing again. Why is it that I kick him and I can't swing? Have they actually... I haven't joined a new server. Okay, how come when he I swung at the same time as him and I somehow didn't get that attack in? There is no... How was it? I've already heard me say it, so I'm not going to say it again. Nor do I want to say it again, but... You pretty much just won that because of me having poor luck on the inputs. And this game being glitchy. You know, if this game works how it should have, I probably would have won that. How much health do you have? There we go. It felt like he had tons of health then. Like he got VIP himself, which he definitely did not. I thought that would have gotten him. Why are you going after me? There we go. It's like, why are you going after me? I'm not the VIP. It's like, is he salty that I got him? Because that feels like the only reason he's going after me. When you got a VIP. You both missed it. I know I was on the edge of feasibility and ability, and he was on the edge of mine there. Because I'm fairly sure Retribution. I do want to check actually, because I'm fairly sure Retribution has pretty much the same range as Paul. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's close. But why is it? What happened? Why is it? Why is it not winding itself back up? Also, I don't remember how I got this skin. I got actually HVV wikis, your friends, for stuff like this. How many times have I gone to the HVV wiki? We checked Darth Vader. Oh, it was a code that's expired. Okay. I'm actually really happy that I got this. I'm really happy I got that skin then. And it's a really good skin as well, you know. It's also quite different from like the redeemed skin. Oh, that would have been close. That would have been very close. Okay, so I can kind of see. Never mind. I'm probably gonna get light sides. I know usually I should get dark sides, but yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I don't want to face the level 100. That's the thing. Because whenever I face the level 100, I'd get frustrated and it's just not worth it. Okay, of course I can't even face them anyway. Let's go Windu. I'm kind of missing my saber throw on Yoda. Maybe I'll give him the saber throw back. I know I enjoy the pull, and it definitely makes him more useful, but I just enjoy my lightsaber throw on him. I think I just would prefer using my lightsaber throw. At the end of the day, having fun in this game is the main thing. Unfortunately, sometimes to have fun, you got to make ability choices that you don't want, which is a bit, I don't know, it didn't hit you twice, but you know, that is a bit of a shame. Sometimes you have to pick abilities that you don't want, but yeah, you know, it's not terrible. Yeah, if I ever do like the 7 Dark, actually I kind of pause now to kind of talk about something. So I'm surprised I don't. So I'm fairly sure they gave Kanan, was it? Yeah, Kanan the Kyle Katarn skin rather than Kyle being like a level 100 exclusive. Which that confuses me given these legends, and that says congratulations, you reached level 100. Here's the Legends / Old Republic pack. But you know, it feels like the opposite of Kyle Katarn is High Inquisitor Jerick. So why not just add like the 7 Dark Jedi as well? You know, like you could have Jerick over Dooku, Boccasecca over Tara Manicos, or even better besides Ventress. I think Ventress would actually be pretty neat because she doesn't have any Legends character switches. You could probably, you know, you also have like Saris. Maybe you could put her, I don't know, over like Shin. I think that would probably work. You got more who you could probably put over, who you could probably add 2 skins for actually. Probably put over Balin. I think he would work pretty well against Balin actually. You got Yun, who actually he might work against as Saris actually, as Shin actually. I mean, maybe Saris, maybe I don't know, maybe Barish Sophie could work for Saris. Who else was there? There's Gonk. You could probably put Gonk over Vader. I mean, there's also Pick, and you know, and Pod Racer Anakin's a proof that you can put smaller characters over the taller characters. So maybe you could put Pick over Anakin. I think that's all the 7 Dark Jedi. There's Jerick, Maul, Yun, Saris, Bok, Gork, Pick. Yeah, we do all of them. So you know, I think that would be pretty neat. Have the 7 Dark Jedi in here. You know, it would also be another thing about Darth Bane, you know, he's a Halloween exclusive, so that's another thing where it's like, hey, he's a Legends character as well. Why is he a Legends exclusive? But yeah. Oh, Republic even. Would be nice to see more Inquisitors, though. I mean, I would like a Marok or 11th Brother character to be added, not as a skin, but just as a new character. I think that would be pretty neat. Let's go invest Ness, the worst character in this game. I think, you know, that would be pretty neat for them. I think having Marok or Reaver in this game would be pretty neat. I mean, you could make them quite unique, you know, from other heroes, like have an ability there they can activate the second blade on their lightsaber. I don't even remember what the abilities do. Of this, but okay, I can't remember it now. But you know, I think for like Marok, again, you can give him Whirlwind. But you know, you could give him like lightsaber throw as for like his abilities. You know, default. You know, you could have him like activate his second blades, give him like a lightsaber throw. Give him crush. You know, I feel like you could do quite a few abilities from a Rock Reaver again. You could give him like activate the rear lightsaber blade. Again, you could give a Whirlwind if you wanted to. I do feel like there's a couple. I feel like you could get a bit inventive with the other characters. With some of the characters, I mean. How did that not hit the trooper? How did that not hit him? I like how I said I'll choose if I'll join a match, only for the rest of the matches to be all last team standing, so I can't even join them if I want to. I feel like maybe I should just vote myself just so I can go and get a match I want. If I do join. Let's see how my star 100 is doing. Not really doing too well, are you? To be fair, this is a 1v3. 1v3s are always tough to do, even no matter your level and no matter your character. Oh yeah, you're gonna bleed out. You're gonna bleed to death. You're at such a low health that he would have probably died to the bleeding anyway, or at least would have been left at like 1 or 2 health. I don't want to stop spectating. Oh yeah, he's definitely dead. Really dead. You know, now I kind of just want to watch people fight. Actually, you know, we've had 3 hours of playing. I think that can deserve a bit of a break and just watch. I feel like we can commentate on people. That would be nice, actually. That would be nice. But yeah, Cal Kestis needs a nerf. Give him a nerf gun. That's what I mean by nerf. No. I don't mean that by nerf. But could you imagine? Could you imagine like for an April Fool? Oh, I can't miss a chance now. April Fools is gone now for me. But you know, that would be funny. You know, for an update, for an April Fool's update, give Cal Kestis a Nerf gun to represent how it should be nerfed. Yeah, they're not going to nerf him. I mean, yeah, probably should switch server. I would, but I can't be bothered to switch off this server at the moment, and I kind of just want to watch people. Let me guess, an last team standing. We can go watch. No, it's VIP. Okay, that's fine then. Oh, this is weird. Oh, we definitely know who's got that then. Okay, never mind. I guess it's the level 90. I thought that was the level 100 who had Darth Jar Jar, but no.
You won't stop me. You're gonna make me rich.
Let's just watch. You're a blaster, you can keep back, you know, you don't have to get in the battle. To be fair though, you do have flamethrower on. I'm guessing you're the same Django, yes you are. You know, just get back from the fight. You're a blaster. How did he die? Was he bleeding out? Let's watch our star 100 fight this. I'm betting he tried to attack, then it just seemed oh, what happened there? Did he did Ahsoka throw a lightsaber as well? Because I'm sure he threw his purple, then he came back and he threw his red. What happened there? Or did like Obi-Wan throw his blue and then he threw his red? I'm actually really curious now. I'm gonna watch that back. I need to watch that back. I need to know what happens. I'll go through. I'm gonna watch. Oh, I've gone back way too far now. These days, that's too far as it is. That's through the game. That's into the game. Oh, I guess it's catch up. Come on. Oh, did he? I would have been behind. What happened there? Did he did Ahsoka throw a lightsaber as well? I'm sure he threw his purple, then it came in there. Did he attack? Then it just seemed like this. I'm betting he tried to attack, then it just seemed okay, yeah, it was Obi-Wan who threw his light. It was him who threw his lightsaber, then Obi-Wan threw his lightsaber. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry for the terrible frame rate. My one viewer. I can't do anything about it.
You can never escape me.
Darth Jar Jar. Obi-Wan's not even fighting with a lightsaber, he's just fighting with his fists. You go, Obi.
You sound evil.
What? Yeah, I am working to get Darth Jar Jar. You just need to build up so many credits to actually unlock the skins to get him. It's annoying. And again, you know, yeah, just showing you in the shop. You know, you have to buy this like 12 times just to get 500,000. I do say 12, didn't I? Yeah, that is not enough, I'm afraid. You need to buy that needs to be brought down how much you have to pay for, you know, or by bringing the credit amounts up, like make it 250,000. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And to be fair, that would make it a lot more worth that would make it cost a lot more worth by doing this. But I feel like that would be an even better strategy then, because you're getting more credits for your worth, and there's so many skins as well where you'd have to buy that. So you're going to be getting a lot of 500 Robux, you know. So I feel like it, whereas this, you're not really going to buy it, because why would you buy something that's barely going to get you to the goal you need, you know? So I feel like They should just think it. Respect to playing Balin. Respect for playing Balin. No! Oh, fear. Oh. Actually, I probably could. Let's go, our good friend Balin. Stop pushing me back. Be mindful of others. Ah, of course, that doesn't it. Oh, Ray's still alive? Oh, that much health as well? Okay. I don't know how that didn't hit Qui-Gon then. Whee! Ah! Wasn't I blocking? I'm sure I was blocking. Yeah, this is it's actually I'm very sure this is the guy with dark helmet. Again, I'll respect for playing Snoke. Because again, Snoke isn't easy to play either. Again, that's the thing. If you could just get someone out, if you could just grab someone out of the sky with a force ability. The use. I think he has kick, which again, if that's so, massive respect.
Never play this again.
But you using that on a blaster even. Do you mind not moaning while I'm trying to talk? Okay, how come did I get 5 kills just by joining this game within like the last 2 minutes? No, the last 1 minute 40 seconds. That's incredible. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Never really gotten frustrated that much. Of course, there's the repetitive frustrations, like how did that? Why didn't it work? Yeah. But nothing like nothing like you know, nothing that's like extremely frustrating. Now I kind of just want to watch this text move. Finding things to do. That's what this game wasn't intended for. Let's watch the text move. One. Okay, so I didn't really catch that because I was trying to look at both, but that current map doesn't move. Okay, so it's mode that moves. We'll watch you move later. I have a feeling if the 100 guy, okay, I probably shouldn't join until the 100 guy joins. Oh, if he joins, you know. Let's watch these guys. No, we got the brothers. We got the brothers. Look, I knew that was going to happen. I knew he was going to join. Okay, and then we join, and that did not go to plan. Usually it does it like light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. But no, it didn't do it that time. Okay, but luckily we can rejoin the server because I prepared a server list earlier that I know it's going to bring us into this server because it has my profile on of Lord Shadowspawn. So yeah. Oh, did he leave? In that case, I can kind of continue playing him. I wonder why he left. Oh no, he didn't leave. Okay, it was just for some reason at the bottom of the list. Okay. Why is he at the bottom of the list? And I've got to endure 5 minutes of this, so... Because I don't want to join and then the server list breaks and... Now I kind of wish I didn't leave because I had the 2 times film working really well there. I guess we just kind of got to find out who the level 100 is playing. Why can't I attack? Is like they couldn't have. Why did you have more health? But why can I not attack after parrying? You know, it's not like I'm joining a new server that has just had a new update, and you know we've been playing on this server for 3 hours. This server without leaving, really. You know, there's no way they updated the game while we were playing. Because you have to restart a Roblox server for that. I know I've done Roblox game development before, so I don't know what's going on. No, that is that. Yeah, it's true. Back, I saw Boba Fett when I hovered over her, and so sorry, over. Why can I not swing? It's good that I can't. It would be good if other people couldn't swing, but it just seems like to be a me thing. I thought that was this villain coming out then. I'm coming up. I want the world to know. I wanna let it show. There we go. Why can I not swing after stunning? Why did I get thrown back up in the air then? Like I got teleported back into the air, and that's again. What do I tell you? The lagging happens at the worst of times, and you know I don't have this problem in any other game except HVV. Actually, to be honest, I completely forgot about it till I started playing again. Just how bad the lag is in this game. I will tell you, like server lag good. No, it's not good. The lag in this game is probably the worst I've ever had. I keep thinking Starkiller. Well, I thought Obi-Wan was the villain then. I keep thinking Starkiller's an enemy. Nah! I was trying to get away from boss. It was a lose-lose situation there. I think the level 100 is playing Boba Fett. I know he definitely isn't playing Boss Skull Moors, given, you know, we saw who was playing them earlier. So, you know, it's nice to see that he's not playing a lightsaber hero. Gives me a bit more hope to beat him. And just watch, he's going to switch to a lightsaber hero now. You would. Oh yeah, I pretty much am at the moment because for some reason I can't attack after I kick. Yeah, it works there, so why is it not working when I actually hit someone? Yeah, it's not working when I actually hit someone. So why can't I swing when I actually hit someone, but I can after? But I can when I'm not hitting someone. That makes no sense. And I rejoined the server. It was happening before I joined the server, so I don't know what's happened there. Okay, the level 100 is left. But I think I'm probably going to end the stream here. This is getting late. It's 2 a.m. now. It's been a 3-hour stream, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's been fun, very fun. Well, it's probably the most fun I've had on this game, probably again 5 years. Most of the time I've come back, it was just to get a new character they add, or get the new skin they came out with, objective they came out with. So it's been fun to properly play this again. That's probably the most fun match I've had since I was playing in 2021. It's really fun to finally to be properly coming back. So yeah, I know it's probably only going to last for like a week. Hopefully I can continue it going though. But Venom Skywalker's released. I guess we could try and watch it. We may have copyrighted music in. I'll quickly watch it now and then we'll watch it together if it doesn't have copyrighted music. Okay, probably does. So I'll watch that later, but we'll have to end the stream actually. But yeah, I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this stream, playing this stream. Again, I'm sorry I didn't come out with a stream yesterday, because I've usually been doing this at night. Yesterday was just just didn't go right for me. It just wasn't a good day for me. Well, okay, the day before now for me, when it's past midnight, but I mean like the 31st of March. That day just didn't go right for me at all. I barely got any sleep when I was meant to sleep, so I was basically up for over 24 hours. When I finally did get to sleep at the end of the 31st of March, I basically slept from 8 all the way up to from 8 p.m. all the way to 4 p.m. Which, saying that out loud, that's almost 24 hours now that I say it. It's 20 hours, I think. So I needed that sleep. I just didn't come out with a stream that day. I just didn't have the energy to. So yeah, I am very sorry for not doing a stream that day. I wanted to. I just didn't have the energy to, nor did I really want to. I wanted to, but I knew I just wouldn't be able to do it. I just didn't want to with how, but I wanted to, but I just also at the same time didn't with how my day had gone. I felt like I couldn't because of how my day had gone, and I just didn't do it. So I'm sorry about that. But got 2 streams out today. One that was very short because I was getting frustrated, but they've had a pretty decent stream today. And again, this is probably the most fun I've had on this game since coming back. So I am really happy about that. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. I really hope we get a lot more streams like this in the future. I really enjoyed the game this stream. I really enjoy playing this game this stream. Again, I've probably enjoyed it playing this game the most on this stream, on this specific stream. Since I came back, it's been really fun. This one was just really fun to play, and I feel like I had a really good time, which is something I can't really say for a lot of other stuff. So yeah, I may try out doing a different thing for the next stream. I may not use StreamYard the next stream, just to check about just how that works. I'll probably try YouTube's default thing for streaming. Kind of check out how that works. See how my audio picks up, how the game audio picks up, how much control I have over the stream. Yeah, I'll always try that out and see how that goes. So I may not use StreamYard next stream, just kind of check out how things go. So because it's been years since I used YouTube's own streaming feature. So yeah, and that brings an end to this stream. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.